Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Earlier in the week, I heard that Frank was fretting because he has the tango coming up in his lovely Dancing with the Stars. And I've heard that the tango is a very hard dance to master. So we're wondering, Frank, how it all went for you.
It went well. I mean, I had the Argentine tango because you had different tangos to dance, and the hardest, I would say, because you have to hold your back, you have to bend your knees. I mean, that's very complicated. But yeah, I managed, and I'm through. I wasn't eliminated, so sorry. And it's pretty great. I enjoy my partner and the way that she helps me conducting her, and that's great. That's a good experience, very good experience, very tiring, by the way. Look at that, Stevie, Craig, look at that. My God.
Oh, well, look at it, whatever it.
Pure control we saw there, Frank. Yeah. Wonderful stuff. And congratulations on not getting eliminated just yet.
We're going to have to look at these every time we come on.
Yes, we are. This is brilliant that Frank's doing this.
It's not brilliant.
Don't be jealous.
He's doing great.
Don't be jealous, Craig. That's all right.
Out my brains watching this.
I love it, Frank, all right? Don't listen to him.
This small
Thank
talk.
you, thank you, Kay.
Will Newcastle finish above Manchester City, Craig?
No.
Come on.
There's three answers. Yes, no, and I don't care.
All right.
You pick whatever one you want. Couldn't give a stuff.
Stevie, Trent was dribbled past 6 out of 6 times in the first 20 minutes of the game. Does this weak point worry you for the clash against PSG with Barcola running down that side of the pitch?
Yes.
Short answer.
Short. I mean, yeah. Listen, it's nothing new. We know that Trent's not a great defender, but like everything else, it's a team game, and when somebody struggles with something, then everybody around has to help out for not just for the player, but for the good of the team. And you saw in the City game that happened, whether it was Salah coming back or Konate coming out, somebody got across there and helped them out. But Trent getting beaten isn't going to change anytime soon.
It was interesting in the second half because Konate did start stepping across a bit more, and one of the midfielders Van Dijk tried to drag one of them back in just to fill that gap, because I think they realised that the good news for Liverpool today was that Doc was very good at beating the man, and generally that's where the story stops.
Aye, he's
final. Barcola is slightly different,
right.
That's sure.
So, Frank, do we need to reevaluate Arsenal getting past PSV, because I'm not sure they'll ever score a goal again?
Well, we're going to see, you know, one of their former strikers is going to play, we coach their opponent, and but you don't know what's going to happen. But I want to believe that Arsenal is far better than PSV. They will have to prove it, but I'm pretty sure they can manage to go through. And I mean, they lost against West Ham. They got a red card. Blah blah blah. I couldn't see the game, so I won't comment anything. But Arsenal, come on, they have to go through against PSV. They have no other choices.
Arsenal's kind of morphed into Man City going forward. You could change jerseys and they look the same. The one paced, it's keep the ball, it's side to side. It's like watching Man City right now. It's just there's no point in it.
I'm sure Arsenal will score again. I would like to think that's tongue in cheek. Otherwise, it's the most stupid statement I've ever seen in all my puff.
Van Persie's the Feyenoord coach now, Frank.
Yeah, no, I just realised that I was saying like kind of stupid things or whatever.
What did they say?
Yeah,
so okay. They're facing one of their former
I said. Yeah, but I mixed up Feyenoord and Eindhoven.
We'll let you off. You've been doing the tango this week, so we're going to let that one slide.
Yeah, my head is still spinning, so it's fine.
Yeah. If you were Isak, where would you go in the summer?
Isak? Well, it depends what the options are. He doesn't get to choose. So
that's the problem. They're no selling him.
Players don't get to choose. If you're Isak, where would you go? What can he quite? Depends who wants him. You know what? I don't know who wants him. Maybe Arsenal want him, maybe they don't. Maybe he'll go. He could go back to Spain. Obviously, he was at Sociedad. Where else? He's not going to go to a Villa because that's kind of similar Nook, where else? City have got one. I don't think Liverpool would go in for. I mean, it'd be another string to their bow.
It wouldn't be. I wouldn't have a problem
Do
with
you,
that.
do you,
Wouldn't
Craig,
have a problem with that.
I wouldn't have a
actually.
problem with
Craig.
Isak coming to Liverpool now.
Wouldn't be the worst.
Craig, do you really think that Newcastle is going to let him go to any other top Premier League team?
I mean, money will talk at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, remember we said that about Van Persie?
Chelsea.
True.
I mean, I
Man
could, see him
United.
I could see him going, you know, he would, I think somewhere like Chelsea, I mean, obviously, it'd be another fine addition to your Liverpool team that's probably going to win the league. But Chelsea do need somebody. Nkunku, yes, Nkunku has been a flop, right? He has. Whatever you want to play him, through the middle, up front. Jackson's had his moments, but he'll sort of regress back to the means. So they've got the money. That might be somewhere that could.
He would get more money, wages from Chelsea than he would at Liverpool.
Made it 50 Premier League goals today as well. We didn't get to mention that.
I
Alexander
mean, if
Isak.
Liverpool lose Mo Salah, I know it's a different position, but you haven't. And it's still up in the air whether he goes to Saudi Arabia or not. And whilst it's a different position, you've got to figure out, because they have people that can play there. You know, got people that can switch to the right or play in the left. You're not, but then you have to think, right, where do we replace his goals? You're not going to sign a wide guy that replicates his amount of goals. There's nobody in Europe, I don't think. You know, not even a young Lamine Yamal is brilliant. I mean, Vinicius Junior, brilliant from wide positions, but he doesn't have those numbers. Of course, he's a younger player, so there's less to look back at. But I don't think we'll see any wide player, even at Real Madrid or Barca or anywhere, posting those kind of numbers. We might see strikers doing it. And so if you're Liverpool, you might think, right, if he goes, how do we get 30 goals? And the likelihood is you're probably going to have to sign a striker and shuffle somebody into the wider position. So maybe that could happen.
It's going to be interesting. Is Modric one of the top 10 players in Madrid history? Obviously scored a great goal today.
I'm not a great historian, but what are you looking at? I mean, you've got to go back.
Yeah, because you're going to Puskás, Gento, you're going to Di Stefano. They're like the Raul. Yeah, you're looking at Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Zidane.
Figo. No?
Yeah.
I don't know how he did. I can't remember.
Yeah.
McManaman. I'm only joking. Well, I'm not. Probably not.
I don't know, there might be a case to be made, you know. Look at all those Champions Leagues.
Has he been
need to
better
lay it
than
out.
Toni Kroos, even though he's been there longer?
Well, it's the longevity, what's been won since he's come in. Hilariously, that a few months after being in, they voted him the worst signing. Sergio Ramos has got to be up there as well. Butragueño, the Quinta del Bustre.
It's been brilliant, but no,
Yeah.
they've had so many.
Oh, I don't know, you know.
Well,
Now, come on.
no.
Come on.
Well, no.
Hugo Sanchez?
Hugo Sanchez.
The-
Hugo.
The answer is no.
Hugo
Hugo
Sanchez.
Sanchez. I'm not doing
but
the doing the flip.
Yeah.
Go further down, you know, in the 50s, in the 60s, with Copa, with so many others,
Copa.
Puskás and everybody.
Dead Puskás.
It's impossible. I mean, even with Modric, even if we consider Modric one of the best players in the world in his time with Madrid, you had so many unbelievable players in Madrid that it's hard. It's very hard to put Modric in the first 10 for me.
Unless you have the disease that's going around, it seems, that is recency bias. It seems a lot of people out there.
But the numbers really do stack up for Modric. If you were to put it against some of that, it would be interesting. That's probably a good one to go and
But it's
look
not
into.
about numbers.
further
It's not about the
into.
numbers.
I'm talking about numbers of things won.
But it's not about the
everything you've
numbers.
done.
It's not about the numbers. It's not just about the numbers. It's not. That's just a bit of paper, and that's a team.
I mean,
one is a
Scott Carson at Man City's got 6 Premier Leagues and FA Cups and League Cups and Champions Leagues. He's never played again.
No. That'll definitely get the Real Madrid fans talking anyway. As a player, would you rather...
Save them talking about referees and weeping and crying about that.
As a player, would you rather finish top 4 without a trophy or finish 15th, Frank, with an FA Cup or a Europa League?
Oh, that's a tough question. I would say that for once, 1 year, I want to be ready to finish 15th and win the FA Cup and the Europa League. But not every year. Not every year. The other years, I want to fight for the big trophy.
That's easy. For me, it's easy. I mean, I'd rather finish. I mean, we did finish, I think, 14th in '94 and lost in the cup final to Man United. But I would take mid-table and go to Wembley and win a cup, particularly the FA Cup. I would take that over the top 4.
Stevie?
Hard to argue with that, isn't it? Yeah.
Winning's winning, right?
Yeah.
As a Chelsea fan, do I keep trusting in Maresca? Inability to build on a lead and hold on at the end of a game is troubling, says Bart Grossman.
I think I mean, we've had this discussion a little bit. I think I don't think we're ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater just yet, but you got to come through these sticky periods, and it is a sticky period for him. And I was saying in the last show or two that I don't know if it continues how this Chelsea board are going to react. I just don't know. I mean, we've kind of got a small size sample of the sacking of 3 managers, on a whim. And if he finishes in a similar position as Pochettino did, what's the difference? They'll just, unless they've learned the lesson and say, we'll give him more time because the players are young and he had some injuries. Some of the football was really good at the start of the season, which it was, but there's been quite a tail off. So I don't know what they're going to do.
What do you think, Frank?
Oh, you're back. You're back. I'm with Craig. I mean, it's hard to know what they can do, and seeing all the former coaches and the way they struggle with the players and the board, and the fact that the fans, they want something. They're desperate to see Chelsea fighting for the Premier League. But in any case, and with any coaches you can get, you're gonna struggle because you don't have the individuals for that. So people have to stop dreaming about Chelsea finishing in the top 2 or top 3 because they cannot. They're not ready for that. They will need time, and it can be Maresca, it can be anybody else. They're all gonna struggle because it's the philosophy of the new board, and it's gonna take time to achieve something. Maresca was doing great at the beginning, and now he's confronted to the reality of the squad. They're not ready to fight for the title.
Before a ball was kicked, if you were a Chelsea fan and somebody said you're going to be in the Champions League next year, you'd have been delighted, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but
and right now they are in with a great chance of being in the Champions League. So why would you get rid of the manager now, when he could possibly get you what you would have been more than delighted to accept before a ball was kicked? That would make no sense, getting rid of Maresca.
Well, time will tell.